Welcome back for more Skyrim with Requiem. I'm playing on 1.9.4.1 with the AZ tweaks mod added, and I started up a new character, which the purpose of this video is just to talk a little bit about what that is, and while I'm running around the Rift trying to gear up a little bit further, just character level 2 currently. So pretty fragile, but I've got some decent gear. And I decided to start this character after playing on my mage for a while, but I got to about level 17 and the character still felt really fragile. And so I wanted something that would be a little bit more tanky and feel a little more powerful, because I got kind of tired of getting one-shotted by arrows, which I'm sure by playing more carefully I could have avoided, but playing carefully and also trying to keep up commentary is hard. So now I'm on my light armor, two-handed weapon character, and that's a spider, which there's absolutely no chance that I'm fighting. So let's take advantage of our Argonian swimming powers and just run away from that. But I wanted to do a Barbarian character. It's been a standby for me. It's one I just really enjoy playing, and that's because you just get really, really strong offensive power out of having all the evasion perks, which tend to buff your power attacks, plus getting to use a two-handed weapon, which can just one-shot a ton of stuff in the game, especially in version 1.9 before they kind of made an effort toward nerfing that. So I'm excited to try this out, and with AZ tweaks I think there's quite a bit of flexibility toward doing a build like this. And typically when doing a Barbarian style of character, you would also have a backup of at least one kind of magic skill, because you needed either alteration for some mage armor, or you needed to have illusion for shadow shield in order to have, or shadow shield or blur in the early game even, so that you would have some way to mitigate damage coming into you. And I keep using the crossbow like the old version of it, when I've actually installed a mod so that I don't feel tempted to exploit the quick load as much, but I keep doing it just out of muscle memory. Anyways, I'm going to try and kill this spider without getting close to it. But typically a Barbarian in Requiem, you'll use either illusion or alteration or both, along with your light armor, so that you're having enough defense to deal with the heavy hitters later on in the game. This one I wanted to do a true Barbarian, which would not be using any sort of magical skills, and there is actually a advantage to doing that within AZ tweaks, because you get a scaling health boost if you choose not to take any magic perks, which I think is a very cool design decision. Alright, this is taking too long. Let's see if I can just melee this guy. So I like that I can get actually some benefit to myself by, oh god, I'm out of stamina, by not taking any magic, and then looking for alternate ways to gain enough defensive ability. And the way that I've decided to do that is I'm playing it as an Argonian, so I get some natural benefit to my armor rating. That's a relatively small part of it. The bigger part is I'm investing in as many different sources of health regeneration as I can. So I've got the birth sign of the lady active, so that gives a flat amount of health and stamina regeneration, which is quite handy, and the stamina regeneration scales as I gain more levels, so that's very good. This is a location I'll come back to later, but I can't really do anything there until the the Malakath quest becomes available, and that's not for quite a few levels. But glad to have found that location. And that looks like a little more than I can handle, so I'm going to back up toward this orc camp and hope that they will come outside and help me. But anyway, so I'm trying to scale up as much health regeneration as I can between the Argonian, the Stone of the Lady. I can maybe get some restoration spells cast even without perks. I think it's at least in theory possible, although I'm not really counting on that. And I can use healing poultices and take some of the perks in the alteration tree, even though I don't intend to actually do, or in the alchemy tree, even though I don't plan to actually do any alchemy. There are the new herbalism perks, which I'm excited to try out, that make healing potions more effective, so that seems cool. If there's just one of these guys, I'm probably fine. I'm not sure about two. So I'm trying to back up and split these guys up, and then I'll be able to talk a little bit more effectively. But I am happy to have the health regen for these early fights, because potions are often kind of scarce early on, and this keeps my potion usage down a little bit. And I don't really want to be trading hits with these guys. Let's just take down a potion here.
You don't have a chance.
Yikes. Okay, I need to get a little bit of distance here.
You're ready to die today. Show me what you got.
Because being only... well, I guess I can level up and I'll be level 3. Okay, I've got this guy alone, so maybe I've got a chance against him. I'm just trying to manage my stamina. And I'd like to not have to drink all my potions, but that just may not be in the cards. Yeah, once I take one of these guys down, the fight will be over shortly for the other guy, but a little game lag as I open my... Oh god. Really low health. Let's go jump in the water for a second and make use of some of our Argonian powers. Whew. Okay, that was a little close. I really want to be able to loot the other guy I just killed. And after taking down this really powerful stamina potion, I can just unload on this guy quite a bit while it has some duration left on it. Oh my god. And here we're seeing the second part of my defensive strategy, which is I'm using the Divine Blessing of Mara, which gives a significant damage reduction if I'm either at full health or low health. So I'm pretty sure I would have died repeatedly in this little fight if not for that. And it's gonna hurt later when I don't have any stamina potions, but I don't have any real way around that at the moment. Oh, maybe this guy has something I can use. Let's get our stamina regen. Let's have a bottle of wine and get back in the fight. I'm not gonna die to this guy and just lose all all the time I just spent on this stupid combat. But this is what you get for being level 2 and taking a fight like that. Alright, so now I'm level 3. Great. I'm just going to wait a second, let my health regen, and talk about the many blessings of Mara, which the big thing is there's a significant damage reduction if you're either at low health or full health. So the way I'm planning to use that is with very high regeneration. I can hopefully keep my health full a significant amount of the time, and the blessing of Mara makes it less likely that I'll be one-shotted by various dangerous enemies. That took a lot longer to say because of this jerk who is busy making my life absolute hell and just won't cooperate and die. But I am accomplishing my main goal, which is to level up my combat skills a little bit. And happily, he's got another health potion for me. Now I need to back up a little bit and have a snack and wait for my health to regen up a little bit, because that was a pretty draining fight. Okay, now that I've got my health regenerated enough, I can push forward, and I need to that's not what my crossbow is supposed to be doing. Make sure I've got a bolt loaded, and then I can go after this remaining little clump of bandits, because I know I saw at least one or two more aside from the guys I just fought. Okay. There they are. Okay, I want to split these guys up because when there's both of them attacking me at once, and if I swing at the one in the front, the one in the back can just kill me with a power attack. So I'm trying to find some way to get these guys separated, and if I can lure this one into a power attack, I'd be pretty happy. Okay, I've got it, so there's one kind of backed up a little bit, which is good, but I'm low on stamina, which is a problem. Okay, I got the spacing advantage on that guy, and I think I'll take his Dwarven Warhammer. Now I'm just going to wait for a second while my stamina recharges, and I straight up missed that. Okay, now this guy, he's definitely faster than me. And I don't have any stamina, so I'm not doing any damage. So I gotta wait for that to recharge a little bit. But an advantage of having a high health regen on this character is the longer a combat goes, the more it advantages me, at least against single enemies. Ooh, okay. Have a little snack, and then on we go. Let's grab a level up. And this is probably as good of a time as any to talk about the build and how I plan to do it. So the core of it is two-handed. I'm not sure which weapon specialization I want to go into. I just haven't decided yet, so I'm holding off on perks there. And I think right now I want to take improved blocking. And experienced blocking is also really good because it gives some stamina recovery. So two-handed block, those are my combat skills. Smithing, I intend to go up all along the left side to take all the light armor perks so I can craft myself some good gear. I'm going to go into enchanting for yeah, there's some magic resist and defensive bonuses there, and I want to be able to make myself some good weapons. I'm considering whether that's within the roleplay or not. I'm not 100% sure if a Barbarian uses enchanted weapons, but maybe we'll bend it. We'll see. No perks in any of the spell schools. That's a core part of the build. Alchemy, I think I'll take herbalism, naturopathy, maybe provisioning, because I do think food will be a key part of this, but I don't think it's all that powerful. Speech, I maybe should have taken haggling, but that's going to be my next perk for sure. I may have enough, since I'm not doing any spells and not a whole lot of crafting, to go up into Masquerade, and Lore of the Thum and Indomitable Force are basically necessary on every character. Not doing any pickpocket. I did change my game settings so that I can do lockpicking without perks. I think that in 1.9 the lockpicking perks are way too restrictive, so that's just my preferred way of doing it. Not going to do anything in sneak and evasion. I'm going to take basically the whole tree. I don't need agile spellcasting, but I'm just going to take absolutely everything else in there because they're all just really powerful perks that give you stamina regen, as well as movement and all those other good things. Dodge, I really like. I think that will be good fun for this character. Marksmanship, if I can manage to select it. I'm going to be using crossbows a lot, particularly early on to deal with dragons, so I took the first perk there, and I'll probably take Gruesome Shot. I don't think I really need rapid reload. I'll come up through here, and that is basically the build. As far as health, well, no perks needed in Magicka. I'm probably going to alternate points into health and stamina until I feel like I've gotten them both to the point where they're, well, there's some point of diminishing returns in there where health or stamina starts to become more valuable, but I'm just going to probably weight stamina about 2 to 1 over health, because that's the big bottleneck for early combat, is making sure you can keep swinging at stuff, and then later on I'll switch over to a heavier investment into health when I just want to start reducing the chance that I'll die. And since I have a lot of percentage of life regen, more health does effectively boost my defenses. Wow, 6 week healing potions, that's pretty good, I think. And I think this is as good a spot as any for my character to rest, and then I'll continue my way around the banks of this lake. But that's pretty much the plan for the character. I've ran into a little bit more combat here than I really expected because of some of the added bandit camps that I have going in my load order. So that's kept things pretty interesting. But my plan from here is to continue up, travel up to Iverstead. I want to visit the Serethi farm to gather some Nirnroot, and then I'll come back along this route to come back to Riften. But I think that's enough for now. Check back with me in a day or two, and I'll have another video up. And hit subscribe if you'd like to be notified as I post new content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.